I love when you could just watch these just random trailers of these games that you didn't have yet. I mean, you wanted to get them because of that. Oh, it's an Atari game. Two or 3 years now, and that's just insane to me, because at that time, even though I wasn't really driving a lot, I had been driving before, and I was playing games like this. And this game, I love this game. This is JSRF, Jet Set Radio Future, and it's the sequel to a game called Jet Grind Radio. Now I'm hoping you guys are hearing really good audio. I have audio in my headphones right now just so that I can kind of hear what's going on to commentate. And the little rig that I have kind of set up for it right now isn't that great insofar as that it's clipped into the interface and I can't, input level's literally down at 1. So I'm going to have to figure something out, and I will. But for now, this is actually pretty cool. I think I know exactly what I'm going to do, but for right now, this will do. And the reason that is because I want to commentate on how awesome the music of this is. I don't know. You know what? We're starting a new game, but I've played this game for a long time. This game used to be a pack-in title for the X. This is back when pack-in titles not only existed, but were super good before the game. So like now, if you bought or I guess in 2013, you bought an Xbox One, you just got an Xbox One. You may get the Kinect with it. But you really just got an Xbox One. You bought a PS4, you just got a PS4, and then like a couple months in, then you'd get, oh, it's the bundle, you can get this game with it or whatever. Some stores do their promotion where they'll give you a $60 gift card for any system sold or whatever. This was just what you got. This was just the pack-in title you would get with the system, just for buying the system. This is one of them. And it was a dual disc. It actually has this game and a racing game that I want to play, but I'm not going to play it until my buddies are over, because that game is got a lot of good memories for us. I'm probably not going to be great at this immediately. Oh, you know what? I'm noticing something real quick. I'm going to make a quick change. Boom. All right, that way I can see. And you might be noticing there's probably some screen noise. I am playing this off of my original Xbox, Duke controller and all. And that means a couple of things, but most of all, it means no HD. Okay. I think I'm supposed to go talk to Gum if I remember right. And she should be over here. Or was I supposed to just talk to Corn? Oh no, she's over by the punching bag first. God dang this freaking... I did have some trouble with that, and there's going to be a level in here that I'm just going to have a nightmare of trouble with. Hey, Gum. The first one of this game was actually on the Sega Dreamcast, which I have a copy of, and I love it. But this was my favorite one of the two, because even though it doesn't use the second thumbstick and all this, it just felt better to me than the Dreamcast version. They did release it again, I think, on the Xbox 360, backwards compatible, but anyway. So you're the cat who wants to join us, huh? I don't know where you're from, but the streets are tough. Wanna play some pinball? Nerd. Real tough, but let's see what you're made of. We'll start you off nice and slow. Let's see how much air you can grab. Press the A button. So, like, who talks? Like, I walk to somebody and they're like, pull the trigger to talk to me. I'm like, I'm talking to you. I'm having a conversation. Knock it off. Alright, and I push the A button. You literally can't do it. Jump 3 times. From the outside, this looks insane. Press the A button and jump 3 times. A. Don't get cocky just yet. Everybody can jump. Everybody knows how to push A. The next technique is a grind. Try jumping under rails and fences. I like this because it lets you auto grind, and that's pretty cool. You don't have to, like, hit a button. You just... and you're grinding. But you could jump up and hit the X button sometimes. Just depending on how much of momentum and such you had with it. And you can do, like, a move like that. So I'm actually going to go around the... I believe the rails can go around the entire park. Try it again. Grind one more time, and then you can also jump on these. This is like one of my... this is probably my favorite skating game, even more so than Tony Hawk. You could do it, can't you? Not to, okay, graffiti. This was what was really cool about this is, like, Sega put at the beginning, oh, we don't condone graffiti and da 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 da. But this was cool because in this world where graffiti is definitely a thing you want to do. Okay. Yeah, I know. What do you do when you live in a shoe and you ain't got no soul? But anyway, you could make your own graffiti. I remember like I just spending a ton of time in the graffiti editor and trying to do that, and it just being real, like not great, but it was fun. I'm gonna probably stick with the default graffiti here, but you just boom, 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 boom. You just pick up graffiti cans, and then you spray graffiti, and it's really fun. I know, it seems real plain, and you're probably sitting there to yourself going, really? But it is cool. Okay, I need to know... When is no... Okay. Okay, I'm in a half pipe. And so I missed, but like, it's real cool, like, finding up the different pieces so we can do... And then when you hear that noise, that means the graffiti's done. Now, who can do, like, spray paint that intricately while grinding a rail that quickly? I don't know. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you can also use paint for, press the B button, and you can do it with a boost dash, which I already have. So here we go. Behind the scenes, he's actually, like, huffing it, and that's what he sees himself doing, but that's not really what he's doing, kids. Not too shabby, but that won't mean nothing on the streets. Later, dork. It's just fun stuff. That's where the real test starts. But hey, if you ever feel like practicing, just find Roboy. He could be a real pain, actually. Sometimes, actually, a real pain all the time. But he should be able to help you out. He'll help you save your game and stuff. And there's Roboy right there. Which, fun fact on this game, as long as I've played it, I always thought it was cool because you get to unlock different skaters. I think Roboy eventually is one you can unlock. And there's Corn. But like, you can play as like Corn, and you can play as Gum and everything, and they all have different stats. And I always thought that was super cool. And then I found out later that apparently you can unlock more than I've ever played with. So I've only played, I think, with a total of maybe like 10 characters you unlock on here. And I didn't realize that, and so now I want to. I don't know if I'm going to do it all on this, because I normally do like more long-form content. But what I can say I will do on this is I want to try and unlock this playthrough. I want to try and unlock everybody. I want to try and play. I think you can even like unlock the main bad guy, which is Goji Rikaku, maybe Goju Rikaku. I think it's Goji Rikaku or Rikaku Goji. I think you can even unlock him, and he never skates. Even in the last level, he's not a skater. He's like a businessman. Yeah.
Yeah, this is DJ Professor K. Baby.
I like DJ Professor K. Professor K. He was actually, I thought he had the coolest like voice and was like the cool. I mean, he's got weird hair, but like I always thought he was really cool. In the original one, I think his hair was brown instead of white. He says something about like he said something about just a minute ago. He said about his sexy voice, and I always thought if you heard that scraping, that was my headphones. I've got Sennheisers on, and they've got this neat metal grate on the back that happens to be pretty loud. Also, he's got a beard, but if you look at it from a certain angle, it always looked like to me that he had like the bottom of his chin cut off or like in this jaggedy form. Anyway, I really freaking love this game. I don't know many people that play this game, but I really like it. I am probably going to try and do some color correction because what I can see on the capture screen and what I'm seeing is like mine's a lot more vivid, I think. So I want you guys to see it the way I'm seeing it, which is about as high def-ish as I can get it. God, I love this game though. This is such a fun game.
These kids are set out to bury Tokyo and defeat. And now they're all wrapped up in their own little territorial tug-of-wars.
There's
Yo-Yo, a guy who blow your mind with silver tongue, and
which means he lies a lot. That means something I'm not going to say on here. Is this a self-styled genius? I always wondered what that meant. Like, is he an actual genius or when he's like, I don't understand quite what that means. This game is wonderfully. I don't know if it's Japanese developed. I mean, it's Sega, so surely it's got some Japanese, you know. But like, it's wonderfully like Japanese games. You can always just feel. Maybe it's just me, but I always can just feel the love in a Japanese game. Like, I think that Japan just puts so much TLC in their games. I'll forget to wear my underwear, baby. Yeah, I remember that. The other thing that really blew my mind. Anybody, I'd love to play it, but it's so story intense, so story intensive rather, that I wouldn't really be doing anybody who was interested in the story of justice. But if it should be that anybody's interested in a KOTOR 2 playthrough, I mean, I guess I could do it. It's just not a lot to commentate on, because if you're interested in the story, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of dialogue. There we go, let's say that. And it's all voiced over, which is amazing. But he plays the Jedi Zez-Kyle. So if you've already played, oh, I messed up. If you've already played KOTOR 2 and you're like, oh, I know who that is, great. And if you didn't, that's fine. All right, so the idea here is I screwed up. Hold on. One of these rails, I think it's this one, takes me and puts me right where I need to be, right here. I also always wondered, like, I always thought this would be really cool to visit, like this hangout. But at the same time, I've always wondered, like, where could this even exist where nobody, like, nobody's here? Hey, Roboy. He's like, you talking to me? And then he goes off camera. I'm gonna go ahead and save my game. Yes, you have to manually save your game. No auto saves. Oh, I do have some saves, but I'll do it in the save 3. Yes. Cool. Okay. And we are chapter 1. These are both chapter 2, so I didn't play much. Pick a game file already. Alright, nice. And then you have settings. I don't remember what... This isn't where the editor is it? No, this is just like actual... Okay. And vibration and stuff. Alright, that's fine. Whatever. Okay. So the whole there's a whole graffiti editor and everything. I was gonna try and show you that, but it didn't work out. That's all right. I can't remember. I remember what the first level looked like. I think Shibuya Terminal is not. I think that's the second one, which is a real place, by the way. Apparently, is it this one? That's Shibuya Terminal. I don't think that's right. No, it ain't. I can't remember. Is it this? It's like this was a little bit confusing for me. Also, if I'd been paying Dogenzaka Hill, is that it? Yeah, Dogenzaka Hill. Ah, this is so good. I love it. Sorry about the loudness there. Okay.
Yo, all right.
Let's get this party started.
I'll be your audience, so let's see what you got.
And I was also wondered, like, how you could do this. This is 2001. Like, today we have internet all over the place. We've got cameras everywhere. We've got cell phones that can tap into cameras. No big deal. But this was 20 years ago. All right. This is 20 years ago. So, like, how is he? He's a radio station, right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, cars will hit you. Funky dealer. Also, one thing to note, I love, God frick, that car. I love, oh, I need that. I don't need it, but I want it. I know that's a thing I have to get. Get number 34. You gotta go feet. God, I love this. I'm gonna have fun with this playthrough. I love the soundtrack of this game, though. I don't think they actually sold it. If they did, though, I would absolutely buy it. It's not like the PlayStation. One of the things about the PlayStation is, like, the PlayStation would occasionally, like, you could take a PlayStation. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm saying I did this when I was younger. You could take a PlayStation game, and if you like the soundtrack of it, you could actually play, so long as you didn't play track 1, I think it was every other track. Usually, it was either the first track. Ooh, was there a graffiti soul up there? I thought I saw one. Now, I'm also coming, just side note, I'm coming at this decently fresh. I don't remember. I really don't remember very much about where everything is in this, so it's almost like I'm playing it brand new, even though I remember it. I'm kind of remembering. Oh, the statue's gone. That's right. I gotta say something about it. Someone kidnapped the goddess. That's bad karma. Bad karma. I'll step on the roofs. But yeah, so anyway, it would have. I don't want to go down, so you can actually jump. And I remember this jump being a little tricky for me, but not this time. I did it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there we go. The idea, I mean, I'm just spraying graffiti in this case, and if I need to figure out where graffiti is, I can hit this, and on the map I can see it. So it doesn't show the graffitis. It doesn't seem to show the graffiti souls. It shows I have 2, and then at the top it shows total 22. I don't get that, but I do see down at the bottom, like I want to get all of those orange dots. So you might see me referring to this a bit. That's the thing. I'll try not to though. For 1 or 2, you know, as long as it takes me to like paint everything. Well, that was a wasted mist of spray paint. But like, the soundtrack was really good, and you could take it for PlayStation. You could actually like take the thing, and you could either like it's either start on track like 2 or 3. Sometimes the data file's on the first and second track, first and last track, and you could take it and you could actually like play it in a CD player, so long as you didn't play the data track. If you played the data track, it was usually like it was either nothing or maybe it was static sometimes. And so what that meant is if you had a laptop or access to a computer and Windows Media Player, which came on friggin' every PC ever, even now it still does, you could rip the music for the soundtrack. And that was actually really cool for me because like eBay we didn't have internet, so it was just like you buy whatever you could get, and then you would basically rip. If you wanted the soundtrack, you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna rip the soundtrack from this game. My logic, obviously, as a younger person, not a kid, but a kid, you know, a teenager, I guess, early teenager, was, why would they put it up there if they didn't mean for you to do it? I get now that it was like you can rip an album that you have to preserve the physical integrity. What's up with this? Come on. Oh, okay, no, that's just bull. Something's up. Can I? Oh, I got it. I see. I didn't realize that I had full spray cans. Certain people can carry more spray cans and fewer spray cans, but if it's green, you've got enough. Yeah, I get it. Like, it was like, oh, we don't want you to lose or break your CD, so if you legally bought it, you can do this. But my argument is, like, sometimes there wasn't a soundtrack. Like, sometimes you didn't release the soundtrack, and if you did, it wasn't in America, and, like, international buying wasn't a big, maybe it was, I just wasn't aware of it. Didn't seem to be a big deal, though. I messed up. Like, I couldn't do it. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do it. I don't know. I'm not trying to make any issues or any excuses, but, like, so I would do that. I would take like a Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I would put it in the thing, and then I would play. God dang that jump! I would play the songs, and then I'd rip those songs and I'd put them on my computer, and then I'd have that music for however long I wanted. This might have been the jump I was having trouble with before. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's my, I don't know, that's my, wait a minute. Can I? Oh, okay, so just literally, can I actually, I don't know if I've ever tried to do that before. That's cool. Yeah, so I don't know, I did that, but you couldn't do that with Xbox, I don't think you could. You put an Xbox disc in, it would just be like, oh, I can't read this, and I'd be like, oh man, I want the JSRF soundtrack. Here we go. I can save my game here. You don't have to go to Rollboy every time. You can actually just... I said no. You can actually just save your game here. I'm using a Duke controller, as I mentioned before. One thing I can say is the friggin' wait, can I can change my character. Maybe Corn. I remember you throw the spray can and then it just like lands in the same place, but Corn catches it. I think you can carry 35 cans also. I could be wrong. Brief update for you. The graffiti point is not the same. The regular kind, it's a graffiti stuff. Yeah, I just went through that. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I got it. Thank you. All right. I think I'm missing 2 way over there. What's that red dot? I can't remember this. All right, here we go again. We're going on you didn't also have to do this. That was another thing is even though this was a linear game, like you had the ability to go, I guess, any way you wanted to, and then eventually the levels would like start bleeding into other levels, which I thought was super cool. So, God, I love this soundtrack. It was real funny too because I play this with he's been on the show several times. Fuzz, my brother, and Fuzz, his big thing is it. Are there graffiti points that I just missed? That could be a thing. Hold on. I bet there's graffiti down here that I just missed because I didn't go to. Yeah. Oh, it's just light mist. There we go. He always played, he liked to play as Combo, and Combo, I like him, but he's a little clunky. I think,
Time to flush out those rumors.
my favorite one to play as, I think, was called Garum, I think. He was a lot, like, faster, and I was just cool. That's another thing, like, I'm getting ahead of myself. I could be wrong. You haven't met any of these people yet. Hopefully you're game to listen to some awesome music and watch me unlock random characters, hopefully ones that I haven't unlocked before, because after I finish the story of this, the objective is to try and maybe go, did it, okay. So the red things are the graffiti souls. Got it. All right, now it's I think it's a race with Beat, I believe. That's fine. I can do this. I can do this. Now I will let you know if you're watching this. If you watch this entire series, oh, it's just a copycatter. But if you're watching this entire series, it's going to be just a lot of like random meeting characters, spraying graffiti, and going around levels. It's a fairly repetition. Like if you're in this for the story, it's like watching Mario. Like there's not a lot of story. All right, I gotta take a brief break. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so the idea, I think, with this guy, he keeps saying he's talking to me. I think he keeps trying to run away, basically, while we try and do our best to catch up with him. I don't know why we feel like we have to prove ourselves to him. I think he was the new kid in Jet Grind Radio, if I'm not mistaken. He was the guy that you were supposed to try and be. And he gets really mad when you follow him around as the leader of the group that he supposedly joined. Ooh, ow. Did you hear that pop? I don't think that was supposed to pop. Now, I think there's an actual race. It may just be me following him. Because, like, all of that right there, all he did was go right back. The little punk B took off towards the sewer. You might want to chase after him, but I may not also. That's the thing. Also, I don't get what he took off towards the sewer. You don't get to go to the sewer here. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to spoil. They said, I knew that was, like, confusing to me. Oh, here he is. So you're the leader. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. So, like, I think when you're not him, they say something else, but I think it's just you're with but with Corn, you're the leader of it. Huh. If I beat you in a race around Doganzaka Hill, you and your buddies have to answer to me from now on. If you beat me, we'll see what, yeah, which is chosen. I like that. Hope you won't regret that. I won't. I mean, I might lose, but it doesn't like beat doesn't or I think that's beat doesn't actually. I think you can spray him. Okay, you can't. You can eventually spray some people, but here's how we're gonna beat him. We're not gonna lock onto him, and then we're gonna oops. Oh, son of a gun. We're gonna grind because that's way faster. And why doesn't he do that? Because it's a first level. Come on. He knows about it, but he isn't supposed to do it. And you'd think he'd look at you and be like, "Oh, you can't," but he doesn't. Here's where it gets tricky. If you do this, then it's a lot faster than just going down the thing. But I screw up and fall down sometimes a lot. So I'm gonna try to not do that. Also, there is a shortcut right here on these that he doesn't take. I don't think he takes this. He may take them. I honestly don't know. Boom. Oh, I'm gonna hurt myself. I didn't. There's fall damage on this as well. So if you're just sitting there going, "Oh, I didn't take fall damage," I know, but there is fall damage to be taken. Taken. What did I do that for? There we go. And then you can also shortcut up by boosting. Like that, so you don't actually have to go like... No. Sorry, my phone just asked me for consent on a few items first, and I said no. Because I'm not messing with my phone right now. There we go. I didn't mess up. I did the thing that you showed me how to do, which is probably what you're going to do too. And then if I needed it, I have 2 more boost dash. I take 10 cans each, but I don't... Oh, man, I might need it. I'm going to use it anyway. I don't probably need it. I think he's probably way back there. But you never know with these games. Sometimes they rubber band them, and I don't... I did it. If anyone's curious as to what rubber banding is, it was basically where they would have a character, an NPC's velocity dictated by your own velocity. And what sucked about that is that no matter how fast, you guys are tougher than I thought. I think I'll chill with y'all for a bit. Cool. Beat has joined you. That's nice. Sometimes you would have like a
HQ to all squads. Youths on skates have been sighted in the vicinity.
I don't know how to say it. Like basically you would have an area where you'd be winning, and then all of a sudden the guy would just speed past you. And so what it was is basically his velocity was dictated on how far away you guys were. Like if you were beating him by a bunch, you'd sling back, or if you were losing by a bunch, then he would slow down or whatever. But it was just like it was like taking 2 fingers, pushing them down onto a table inside of a rubber band, and then pushing those fingers apart, and knowing that they can't go too terribly far. But if you look at the velocity of one just using the rubber band, it's just that was what it was called. It was crazy, ridiculous. I'm gonna knock people down and spray them. It's just one of those. It's one of those kinds of weird like mechanics, and I don't like it. But it's used for racing use. All right, so this is where we're police against the police here. These police, and if you're like, this is not this wasn't like a controversy, and it's still not. It's basically just, in this case, the cops that are there are all on the payroll of that corrupt business guy, that Goju Rikaku. There we go. And so because of that, you have to take him down. Yes, you're technically breaking the law by spray painting, but whatever. So there's a little bit of story in it, but it's not really story. But it's awesome. I like it. And then that's basically that's Dogonzaka. So now it's Shibuya Terminals unlocked, and I can go straight from this level to Shibuya, or I can go all the way back. I'm gonna go save my game. I think I'm gonna break this game up into, I may have already said this, but I think I'm gonna break this game up into sections like levels. So this one would be Dogonzaka Hill, of course. I'm gonna do that, you know, episode 1, 2, 3, so you know where it is. Because I mean, I don't expect everybody to know what order you go to these things in, but and chapter 1 still. But yeah, so I hope you guys are in for this, or having fun with this, or whatever, because I really like it. And I think I'm really going to enjoy doing this series. Now, I know recently, if this comes out in the near future from my filming it, I've been doing a lot of non-sequitur type stuff, non-sequential, you know, episodes and whatever, and I apologize for that if that's an issue, but I kind of enjoy getting to put out a couple of episodes from different genres, maybe different consoles, different games, and then somebody come in and be like, ooh, I really like that one, and then I can hone in and go, and if not, the episodes will all come out anyway, eventually. Some of them, like Vader Immortal, should already be up. Some of them are due to physical limitation. I have had a hurt arm. I had certainly a hurt arm when that was happening. I've had a hurt arm for a little while. And so that one's not me releasing it in a non-sequential fashion because of, it's just because I'm hurt, you know. But if you guys end up enjoying a specific segment better than the others or whatever, let me know, and I'll try and stick on that path and do them. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on whatever the next video is.